Novi family, we are
Hey,
back. I told you I had another one for you. I don't know if you've seen the other video, but if you haven't, please meet Thomas, but not before you meet Devin.
Devin, yeah. So did you
Devin
go jazz
Starr.
hands?
Well, this is I think sign language for like applause. And so I
Applause?
try and do it.
Applause?
Yeah.
Why isn't applause applause?
I can't tell you. I don't have that's the only thing I know. Um, so Devin is an associate wealth advisor here at Novi
Yeah.
Wealth. We welcomed him at the beginning of last week. I don't know what day that was. Sorry, guys. But he graduated his undergrad in finance and economics at Monmouth University, Monmouth,
Mhm.
and then he did the financial planning curriculum at NYU. So, Devin actually has already passed his certified financial planning exam. What he's doing now is finishing up the last few criteria so that he can put those fancy letters after his name, like the others, right? Did I
Yeah,
get that right?
I was so happy to get through the exam, and I'm like, oh, I just want to celebrate and just like be able to use the letters already. But there's just a couple more things I have to wrap up. But that exam it's a huge thing.
Oh, I
Now
saw.
that's behind me.
I've seen at this point Dan, Ryan Dunn, Brendan, all of them do like their exams, and when they come back they just look like I can tell it's a beast of an exam. They're like look so tired. This is after
Yeah,
they've taken 2 days off to like specifically study to pass this exam. It's just a lot. It's a lot, guys.
yeah,
If there's any doubt, like this certified financial planning exam I believe has like something like a 50% pass fail rate. So
yeah.
these guys are really putting in the work. So we're so glad to have you with that already out of the way. I mean, truth. So but before you joined us here, you had already been, kind of floating around in the financial industry, right?
Yeah, yeah. I've been around the industry. I've been working like full time as in an advisor role since 2019. That was also my final year of college. So I was working full time as an advisor, wrapping up my final year of school, and then the second half of that's when COVID first hit. So we were also like completely online for the end of that year. So that was that was an interesting time.
Geez, so you were really like, what is it, tested by fire?
Yeah, yeah, definitely tested by fire.
Wait, you were working 40 full hours and still doing school, and then just to make matters fun, COVID.
Yeah, yeah, that was pretty much it. It was like COVID. Yeah, I'd say the beginning, in the beginning of the year, like I was pretty much studying some of my stuff in the office, right, at the company I worked for at the time, or like I was taking meetings in like the student center at school, right, just trying to like optimize it, fit it all in.
Oh my God, I cannot even imagine that. And now, did you always know you wanted to eventually be at a firm like ours, fee only financial holistic planning, or were you kind of like going in different directions?
Yeah, I was like always moving towards it, even if I didn't always know exactly what it was that I wanted. I would say I decided to get into this industry around my sophomore year in college. I didn't know what financial planning, what financial advisors were yet. I became a finance and economics major, because that's what my dad did, and I really loved the personal finance side of it. But as I was getting more and more into it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to go into like the corporate finance world. And I was pretty much ready to drop out of college at sophomore year and become a full-time firefighter because I knew I wanted to do something that helps people.
Mm.
And that's when I came across this career. I had someone come to my school for the first time and speak about it, and I'm like, that sounds a lot cooler than all these other stuff that they were teaching us to do in class. Personal finance, helping people, right? Combining the fun side of finance with helping people. That's exactly the avenue I wanted to go down.
I know that you're one of ours when you say stuff like the fun side of personal financing. That sounds
Yeah.
like something exactly like what the advisors say all the time. Okay, so and I guess the question then becomes, were there any like defining steps that you immediately started taking to get here, to get with it? Well, to get here, yeah, no wealth.
Yeah, I would say there's like a bunch of events that happened in my career so far that kind of shaped my philosophy that comes to financial planning. I would say like really on early in my career before I even got into personal finance stuff, I would say, I was at a time in my life where I was doing what I was supposed to. Okay, I was working, making money, paying bills, but then what, right? I was
Mm,
doing everything I was supposed to be, but for a long time, I felt stuck, right? I felt stuck in life because I didn't know how to properly use my money to build it towards the things that I actually cared about. And and that's when I started like really researching personal finance stuff. I started, reading books, and I started getting more and more passionate about it. And then that's when, it kind of came to me. It sparked. I'm like, I really need to connect my values with my finances. Like it can't just be numbers on a spreadsheet, or else it doesn't connect to me at all. And then my habits, my behaviors don't fall through, right? If I try to like treat money like someone treats dieting, right? I could go through, that's pretty much where I was, right? I was going through phases and phases. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna read the self-help finance book. And then it never went anywhere because it didn't stick. Because a lot of it is like, oh, you can never eat out, right? You need to like always save every penny. And I'm like, okay, but what if I approach it from a different angle? What if I try to build towards financial independence, optimize my financial life so that I could put it towards the things that I care about the most,
yeah.
right? Then with that kind of intentionality, I could like live my best life now and build towards the greatest life I want to build in the future, build the things I want to build, and be able to create, right, the best happiest memories along the way.
Yeah, that really resonates for me. I mean, I think that's what we're all trying to do now is what is it?
Mhm.
I love that. Live the best life I can now
Yeah.
and then live an even better one later. So is there any aspect of, the financial planning I guess plan really that you love the best? We have Brendan who really likes like education planning, and we have a couple advisors who really dig like the tax optimization. Is there anything that really is like, oh, this, if I could pick something to do in my off hours, I'd do it.
Yeah, definitely. I would say behavioral finance and like that financial psychology aspect of it. That's really like my go-to thing. Like where I'm actually reading stuff, like following up on stuff outside of the office. Yeah, so you could say I'm like a big behavioral finance nerd, and that really that's pretty much what I was talking about before. Like combining that like human element, that human side of money with the numbers, with the finance, the math behind it, and making sure, like, because money is still a tool at the end of the day. You could financially optimize it, but making sure you're also using that tool effectively to make your own life better.
Okay, so what kind of things do you do? Getting a little personal. What kind of
Yeah,
things do you do to make your life better? Do you travel? Do you like, I don't know, bungee jumping? I don't know. I'm waiting for something crazy.
yeah. So yes, yeah. So I'd say yes to travel. I'm always trying to do something different, right? Because part of my philosophy is that I'm trying to build true wealth by building a bank of memories, right? So each I want to make sure that I check off the bucket list for like all these different experiences that I could try to cram into my life. But yeah, I would say definitely yes to travel. I would say even just last year I went to how many countries? Five, six,
Wow.
6 countries. Yeah.
Okay. You
Yeah.
can't just
So
drop that. Where were they?
yeah. So I went to Costa Rica last year, then Poland. I spent some time in Krakow. Lviv. Oh, that's my favorite city. That's my go-to favorite city, Lviv. And then I traveled around the rest of the Carpathians on the west side of Ukraine, Trinity, and then we crossed into Romania, and then pretty much that whole Transylvania area. There's so much to do there. Tons of cool hiking. It's beautiful castles everywhere, right? And then we flew from Romania to Greece. So Athens, islands, right?
Mm.
Santorini, nice, very picture worthy. And then pit stop in Paris, coming back. But yeah, I
Jeez.
mean, that was last year. Yeah,
Are
that,
you trying, is this like a top yourself? I did 5 last year, I got to do 6 this year, or is like, or were you like, okay, 5 was probably the max. Let's keep it around that number.
yeah, maybe we could keep it around that number. That was when like I was fully remote at that time. So it
Mm.
was easy. I was location independent. Um,
Yeah, I didn't play that card right. I don't
no,
I some of my friends did the exact same thing. They're like, they told us we were going to be remote for 6 months, so I just packed up my stuff and started going places. As long as I had my
yeah,
laptop, I was fine. Uh, I'm
yeah,
jealous.
yeah. You really let that card pass you by.
I don't know. I guess I just thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna really spend some time at home and make some updates and this and the other. I didn't do those. I didn't do those either. I don't know what I did.
Okay. Well,
I think I just ate
spending
around.
some time with yourself too is, I mean, that's great too.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so we got traveling. I heard you mention hiking. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to suggest that to Bob as like a employee event. No, I don't hike. I'm an
Right,
in
right. Hiking is too safe for Bob. It has to be like bungee jumping or skydiving. I mean,
you get
that's
you're
what I
not
go
allowed to
for.
talk to Bob ever. Only about client like stuff. You can't
Right.
no suggesting anything because he'd be like, yeah.
Yeah. But definitely, I try to like rotate. Like I'm very outdoorsy, and I try to rotate it based on the season because awesome part of New Jersey is that we get 4 seasons. 4 seasons for different kinds of activities.
Yes.
So huge skier in the a huge skier in the winter. I definitely go around doing some hiking, especially around the fall time. I try to make sure I'm up New Hampshire, Vermont area. Or Catskills, trying to get like good hikes in on the weekends. And then I'd say summertime, it really changes. We'll try going paddleboarding sometimes, kayaking, try to be outdoors. Tennis. I carry a golf bag in my car at all times, but I'm really bad at golf.
Ryan Vogel
I'm
beat
pretty
him.
sure everyone else
Ryan
is.
Vogel.
I, yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone else is like really good at golf, and I'm like, yeah, as soon as they get me out on the course with them, they're gonna realize that it's all a charade, right? That
I'm not even good at putt putt. So I
yeah,
mean Ryan Vogel's really good, so you could maybe do that. But you bring me and then I'll make both of you feel really good. And there you go. Win win win. Well, I
sounds
lose,
like a
but
plan.
that's fine.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, this has been great. You're not allowed to suggest outdoor because I love all the seasons, but I'm an indoor cat. I love the seasons from the inside of my house looking out the window. So we're gonna do like yoga indoors. That's what we can
sure.
do as it snows. That's our compromise.
Yeah, Candace, I'm gonna have to tell you right now, I do not bend. I don't know if you could get me to do yoga.
Oh, we'll find something. Guys, I think you should all comment what you want to see see us do. No, please don't do that. I feel like I'm setting myself up for failure. This has been great. I will have to definitely introduce you to everybody when you come.
Yeah,
Devin, you're in office right now for a while every day.
yep,
Um, while you get your training done and you start meeting some faces. So if you happen to stop into the office, please say hi to him. Um, and we hope to see you guys soon. Bye.
all right, bye guys.